Okay, now it's on. Hey, good morning, everybody. We thank you guys for taking out your time this morning and hopping on this webinar with us. This, as Danny said in the chat, this is a big day for everybody. We've been working on this for you guys for a long time, and there's finally a tool that's actually worth something coming to the marketplace for for trading. Everybody's out here with these groups and they're giving these signals and this that and the other, and for us we just got tired of seeing it, and seeing people, they're doing it for broker commissions and all this stuff. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons. And so we had this dashboard developed specifically to cut all of the nonsense out, to cut all of the the scamming out and the false promises and everything else. So I'm not going to talk too long, but again, guys, this is a very big day for everybody. I believe that this is going to change just the way that things are done. We did it last year. We changed how people were trading with binary options with the come up system, and now we have killer trading. And so now me and Dale, we set the standards for for this stuff. So again, we're happy for you guys being here. What we're going to do now is bring our developer Josh on to go over the dashboard and all of its features, and to just kind of educate you guys on how powerful of a tool that you have and why you need it to with your daily trading, and how much it's just going to make you a better trader overall. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring Josh to the webinar.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Calvin, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good.
Calvin, Dale, thank you, and thanks everyone for making it on short notice. Of course, we're of course very excited having developed this dashboard for Cal and Dale. And I'm just going to share my screen. And again, without further ado, I'm going to give you a quick presentation on how this dashboard looks and works, and what all of you will be having access to eventually. And then, of course, we'll have a Q&A. So you are more than free to ask as many questions as you like in case I have missed something. Cal, can you see my screen right now? I've just clicked on share.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
If you can probably like maximize that window, because
Okay.
it looks a little far away.
Okay. Is this better?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. All right, guys. So at first, this looks a little bit daunting, but it's not. And since this webinar is recorded, most probably you'll be able to access this again and again until it totally starts to sink in how it works. Cal's absolutely right. So this is a tool to take beginner traders or intermediate traders and really make them professional traders in binary options and even currency eventually. Okay, so there's a lot of engineering that's gone on behind the killer trading dashboard. And I'm going to go over its primary functions, which you see in front of you here, where I'm moving my mouse. And then I will discuss its secondary functions to the left of the screen. All right? And before I begin, just a quick thing. This is web-based, so you don't need to download any software. It also works pretty good on iPad and some of your tablet devices. Of course, on iPhone and some of the very smaller phones, there's a lot of information, so it might be a bit overload for those small screens, but as long as you have a decent sized screen, this thing works on most modern web browsers. Okay? So let's start with the beginning. The most important thing in the markets, believe it or not, is not signals and indicators, which we have here. It's actually news, because it's news that makes markets less predictable, right? It's the stuff that makes you go OTM immediately or unforeseen, and that's what hits your trades over time. And predicting news is, of course, almost impossible, but what we do show you here is all the major news 30 minutes before it happens. So the algorithm in the dashboard looks at 4 economic calendars around the world in real time, and it tells you, the trader, 30 minutes before any major event that's going to happen that could impact your trade. It tells you the currency pair that's impacted right over here. Okay, so let's say you were in a Euro-US dollar put or a Euro-US dollar call trade, then you know that this person speaking at the FOMC in 19 minutes could impact your trade, right? So if you may want to think again before taking the trade or exiting position. So this is a live 24 hours around the clock news indicator that basically allows you to trade safer. Okay, because it's safety first that matters. Making money is easier actually. Holding on to money is tougher in binary options, and you all probably, most of you already probably know that. So. And you'll notice that right now, as we just saw, there is a robotic voice of a lady that talks to you, announcing the key indicators as and when they are fired, key signals as well. I'll go over that in a bit. So you have the major upcoming news, and then you have the trade recommendations. Okay, these are the recommendations that you can follow, applying good money management and risk management. Of course, both things that Cal and Dale will be teaching you over the course of your memberships with Killer Trading. The key thing to note here is that these are call and put signals, okay, or long or short signals. And
Josh,
sorry.
They're saying that they're having a hard time seeing the screen. Is it possible for you to zoom in on the browser? Like.
Yeah, one moment, please. So is this better now?
Breakout.
Yeah,
can you see this?
Can you guys see it better now? Yeah, that's good.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if there's still a problem. So basically, what you have up here is the major upcoming news. Okay. And then here you actually have the signals that are delivered to you. Now notice you have a lot of these high-risk signals, right? So these are the ones that we would suggest you don't follow at first. They are high risk. They're only for 5-minute expiries, okay? And in binary options, the 3-minute to 5-minute expiries are more risky. So if you've had a great day trading and you want to take a few of these, they're high risk. That's fine, but certainly don't allow these to be the main thing that's going to be growing your capital over time. Okay, so these trade recommendations here, these are high risk, but then you have some of the lower risk signals like the extreme. Okay, you just click on it and it tells you how to trade it as well. All right, and these are more lower risk, good ITM signals. Typically, the win rate on these signals is about 65% through time. Remember, in binary options, you need 58% to make money, so these are well in the money. And if you want to see which signal fires when, because there are 6 different types of signals that fire, 5 different types of signals, you can look at the trade schedule to your left. Okay, here you'll see that the tide, which is a high-risk signal, fires all day, and this is also the one we would suggest for you to avoid at first until you get the hang of things. The turbo is a 67% ITM signal. This fires from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. GMT, so that covers the US session as well. Okay, this one fires for 9 hours. The gecko starts a bit later. In the session, it starts at 6 p.m. and goes on all the way until 11. And the curve and the extremes are firing from 12 p.m. onwards and all day, respectively. Okay, so this is a trade schedule, and what you will generally come to see is that the turbo signal, the gecko, and the curve and extreme, these are the good signals in the dashboard. Okay, they don't win all the time, so it's always important to use your money management skills. The good news is that Cal and Dale have gone through and done training videos for all types of signals here, right? So for example, if I like the extreme signal, but I'm only getting a win rate of 60 to 65%, and I want to get something closer to 70%, maybe 75%, I want to win, 7 out of 10 bets, I just click on the extreme training video, right? And you'll see here that Cal and Dale have actually created a detailed training video here that explains you how to trade the extreme signal better, okay, with some very basic chart analysis. And this we do for everything, for recoil, for turbo, for battleground, for curve. And every week, new webinars are added here so you can access them and become gurus in how to trade these signals and indicators, okay? So just to recap, you have the major upcoming news here. This will keep you abreast of all the major high-risk news events that can hurt you. And for those of you that are getting pretty good at this, you want to trade the news, right? So this will help you trade the news and get ready for the news. It gives you the actual number, the forecast, and also the previous number. And the moment the actual number is out, you can trade it. Okay? One small point. Cal, it probably makes sense for me to show them the Bloomberg video feed, or should we move on?
You can show it to them.
Okay, so for those of you that want to trade the news, right, you want to be kept abreast of what's happening in the currency world that could impact your binary option trades, please take a look at this. So I clicked on this camera button, and lo and behold, I have 24-hour coverage, 7 days a week of Bloomberg TV, right? And so this is live coverage. This is all the news events are covered in real time. So if you're trading the FOMC, if you're trading the European Central Bank, if you are trading the non-farm payrolls, you know, the Killer Trading Dashboard will cover this information for you and basically tell you what the markets are thinking, and therefore where the markets could be headed if you're trading the news. So this is a fantastic tool that I personally use all the time. Okay, so this was the news, this was the trade recommendations, okay, the signals, and then let's move to the advanced indicators. Now this is where things get exciting. The market manifests itself, or it will present itself to you in about 8 different ways. Okay, there's a language that the market speaks. And unfortunately, in binary options, everyone is so interested in getting people to deposit at brokers and just, you know, get signals and try and make money, and none of that really works. No one is focused on teaching you that language that the market speaks. And this is exactly what the Killer Trading Dashboard helps you do. It looks at 8 different formations, such as the breakout, okay, and it tells you how to trade it. And it also tells you which currency pairs are exhibiting a breakout. Right? So that you know what to do and you know what to trade it, either call or put or just avoid the trade. It does it for other formations like the battleground. This one is very popular, right? And it does it for a vast array of indicators like recoil. Okay, these are all formations that are happening in the marketplace as we speak. The only thing is that the dashboard finds them for you for each of the currency pairs. Okay, this one here is the channel surfer, and the thing is, you may wonder, okay, how do I trade these formations, right? This is a lot of information for me. That's the beauty. You just go to tips and tricks and you watch the webinar for that, right? So how do I trade the battleground? I just click on battleground training. Here's a 24-minute webinar, all right? And after that, you can obviously ask all your discussions and your questions to Cal and Dale, and they'll help you out further and give you more tips, okay? The key thing about advanced indicators is if you're bored of waiting for signals all day, right? Because the good quality signals only about 10 a day or something like that, 10 to 15. But if you want to be trading more, then you would go for the advanced indicators. It requires a bit of education first, but then once you learn that, you learn a very valuable skill, and you can basically fish for life then, right? So these advanced indicators, by the way, these are custom engineered for binary options, right? That's a key thing to note. And they are also the first of its type. These things don't exist out there in the marketplace. Then you have the tripwire alerts. Okay, this is like you know, if you're walking in a minefield and there's a mine over there, you don't want to trip the wire, right? Because it's going to make the mine explode. It's the same thing here. This is a tripwire. All this basically is you are looking at the price. Let's say you're looking at the euro US dollar, and you're saying, I want to go short. I want to go put, but not quite now. I want to wait till the price gets to X, right? So what you do is you basically click on Add Tripwire. Right? And you name the tripwire, let's say my trip, and you select the currency pair. Okay, let's say it's Euro US dollar. Okay, and then you select when the Euro US dollar goes above or below your designated price level, whatever that price level is, it should fire you an alert, right? And that's pretty cool because then live when the euro US dollar eventually gets there, you'll get an alert, right? And you'll know that, okay, now's the time to enter the trade. So you can actually set these mines or these tripwires across all currencies at the beginning of every day, and when you get your desired entry points, you'll get an alert and you can enter. This is good because this teaches you discipline, and it allows you to not enter trades too early, right? That's a big problem in binary options. People get excited, you know, they see a price moving, they get in, and then you go OTM. Always let the trade come to you. When you see a good setup, let it come to you. It will come to you, right? Not all the time, but when it does, it's a much better entry. And this is what you would effectively want to use for, this is why you would want to use the tripwire. This is more for the kind of intermediate to professional traders. Most of you that will be joining, if you're new to binary options, you may be more finding yourself hanging around sort of the advanced indicators and signals. But then as you progress, mark my words, you will start to use these more advanced features such as the tripwire. Then at the bottom you have the economic calendar, which effectively is what it is. It's an advanced economic calendar which allows you to set your time zone wherever you're based, and moment please, and you can actually see all the upcoming events. So 8 minutes, 23 minutes. This is all upcoming, and you can trade the, you know, the risky ones. The ones that can impact your trades are the ones in red. And when you click on it, it actually tells you what the news is and how it's developed through time. Right? This is the ISM manufacturing PMI indicator, which basically indicates the manufacturing sector's health in the U.S. economy, and you can see how this is developed through time, right? And awesome thing is that you can do this for almost any indicator, right? You can look at, for example, this is Belgian GDP, right? So this is pretty awesome stuff. This calendar is pretty smart. Again, this is more for those of you that are more interested in trading the news. Right? So these are all the main functions. Then you have to the left, right? I'll start with the bottom and I'll go up. To the left, you have the secondary functions. Here you have this FX Spider, which gives you a bit of textual commentary on latest news headlines. For example, what's happening in Forex, what's happening in the stocks world, what's happening in the commodities world. If you see a big move in the market that you couldn't identify with the news indicator, it could be a major headline, right? So this is some good news feed here. Then if you scroll up, the FX market, by the way, has 4 main sessions: Sydney, Tokyo, London, New York, right? And depending on which session you're in, it has different risk profiles. Some sessions have less news, some have more news, more volatility. This is important for you to know which session you're in, okay? And this is a live calendar, live clock. And then we have a few exams, right? So we have a cool exam here called Recoil Test. For those of you that want to become recoil traders, mind you, recoil is one of many strategies that you can trade on the dashboard. This indicator fired 56 minutes ago. It was a recoil indicator, and it tells you how to trade it here. But for those of you that want to really, because recoil theory is pretty powerful, but there's a bit of a learning curve. If you want to improve your skills, you just take the recoil test, right? And it's an onboard test that you answer questions. It's 29 questions, okay? And you basically keep answering these questions, and you also do a bit of a formation test. It checks your knowledge on recoil formations. And then once you've answered these questions, basically Cal and Dale will get your responses, your score, and then they'll be able to go over it with you so that you become better recoil traders. And over time, we're going to be adding exams for all different indicators out there to really test your knowledge and make sure that you're becoming professional traders. Right? After the online exams, you have the trade schedule, which I already went over. So this is basically the signal schedule, right? And then you have under tips and tricks, you have the webinars on how to trade each and every one of the signal indicators. And again, this section here is expanding more and more as time goes by. And then you have some interesting stuff here, okay? So first you have the volatility map. Now this really is not for the beginners and intermediate. This is more for the advanced traders, so I'm going to limit how much I talk about this. But the volatility map actually tells you which currencies are quite bouncy today. Because some of you, or most of you, are probably trading what we call mean reversion, which is betting against the trend, right? You're waiting for something that's gone up too much to come back down. If something has gone down too much, for it to rise up, right? So basically you click on the volatility map and you find the currencies that have the higher levels of volatility, let's say 1 hour volatility, these are the ones that are probably going to be pretty bouncy. So you can trade mean reversion trades. And the ones that have low volatility are probably trending, and you want to trade in the direction of those currencies. Right? So that's the volatility map. And last but not least, this is quite a nifty little feature called the ITM Diary. This is used by hundreds of traders from Cal and Dale, and we would strongly urge you to use this because it allows you to track your daily progress in terms of win losses and really see how you're coming along relative to the other Killer Trading members. So if you click on the ITM Diary here you have it, right? You have Calvin and Dale at the top, and you can see if you guys are going to be better than them or worse than them, hopefully better. But here you can see all the rows. So please add your name there and start putting in your win-loss record, okay, every day, and you'll see that it automatically calculates for you your total ITM, right? So let's say I had 20 trades today and I won 15 of them. My ITM was 75%, right? And it calculates this every day over the months. So please, and we can then Cal and Dale can also see the group ITM up here. They can see how the whole community is doing. So please help them help you by filling this up on a daily basis. Right. So this is basically the dashboard, right? And some of you may want to only trade specific signals, right? For example, what I do is I click on signal preferences and I shut off the tied high-risk signal because I don't want high-risk signals, right? And the moment I shut this off, I won't be receiving those tied signals anymore, all right? So that's really important because I can effectively filter out any of these high-risk signals. So as you see here, I only see the extremes, right? So you can go to signal preferences and choose which signals you like and which ones you don't like. You can also do the same thing with the indicators, okay? You can shut off whichever indicators you like and you dislike. And of course, currency pairs, right? So you can select which currency pairs you want signals on, which ones you don't. For example, some of you may not like gold or silver, you can have them removed, right? And then you can, of course, set your time zone as well, okay, wherever you're based, so that the calendars and all that jives with that. And then last but not least, you can, of course, edit your profile as well. Okay? So that's basically the dashboard. There's also an embedded tutorial in it if you click on Take a Tour. All right? This tour will basically walk you through the various aspects of the dashboard in case I've missed something. And of course, we're there 24/7 to answer your queries on that front if you have any technical glitches or anything like that. And that's basically it. Cal, was that all right?
Yes, everything was fine. Do anyone have any questions? If you have questions, post them in the chat, inside the chat area, so
Sure.
guys can get to them.
Should I stop? I'll probably stop sharing my screen now.
Questions, post them inside there. Okay, we got one question over there. Let me see.
Right. Cal, do you want to take these questions, or should I answer them, or how do you want to do it?
Cal had just left off for a second.
Sorry, Dale.
I'm trying to pull it up now. I can't see that side of the
Okay.
of the screen for some reason. Okay, is this platform primary based on binary options trading? Basically, yes, but you also can use those alerts for FX. Also.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of these longer-term signals, like the 1 hour signals, like the extreme, the curve, the gecko, when they win by about 10 pips or so, 5 to 10 pips. So you can use it in FX for scalping as well. Always remember to set your stop losses tight, right? 10 pips or so. Don't go wide on the stop losses. But certainly, these formations, everything you're seeing here has been developed in the FX and brought over to binaries. So yeah.
News.
Okay, we have another question there. Can you see that question, Josh? It's in the chat.
Yeah,
I'm
I
having,
see them all. Do you want me to answer them, or do you want to?
yes, I'm having a hard time seeing them. Something, I don't know, Google.
Okay, no problem. 1 second, please. Okay. All right, Antoine, so your question on how do you go about purchasing trades. So here's the thing. Cal and Dale will obviously give you more detail on this, but the dashboard basically gives you information in order to go call or put, which trade to take. But as for the execution of the trades, where you actually take your bets, that's at a binary options broker. Okay, that's not on the dashboard itself. That's on the broker itself. And again, Cal and Dale will guide you further on where to do that. Shantazia, your question on for beginners, do you offer any education? Yes, I mean, this is a very educative community, Killer Trading. This is what Cal and Dale are all about. So we certainly do. Dale, do you want to give a bit more color on that question?
Yes. As far as the education, we'll be holding Google Hangouts not as often as usual, but if any major events is happening, like the farm or something, he'll hold a hangout on that there. But as far as 3 times a week, as we done in the past, we won't have that many hangouts.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, I'm just reading these questions. Bear with me, everybody. 1 moment. And thank you all for the great feedback. Yeah, I mean, Cal and Dale have really done an amazing job on this dashboard. So we really appreciate your feedback. Okay. I see a question here for Cal. I won't be able to comment on this. Joe is asking, what's the coupon code and link for joining?
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, you should see a pop-up on the dashboard now. Can everyone see that pop up? If you can, type yes, please.
Okay, Cal, in the meantime, we have another question. This one is from Jim. He's saying, this looks awesome. I am new. Do you recommend using phony money rather than real money at first?
Phony money, Jim. Always start trading demo first until you basically master the indicator or that certain currency pair that you're going for.
Absolutely.
Always demo. Everybody always start off you using a demo account, please. Okay, let me see.
See.
Is there any more questions?
Did you answer the question about the platform primary based on binary options?
Yeah.
I see a question here, Cal. It's coming from the same person, Jim. He's saying $9.99 a month. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Maybe you want to.
No. For the first 7 days, just so you guys can try everything out. There's a $9.99 7-day trial, and then after that, it's for you guys that are on the webinar here today. it'll be $99.99 per month, and after that, the price is gonna go up to $149.99. So for about the first 100 members or so, we're giving you guys $50 off per month, and then after that, it'll go to $149.99.
Kyle, you want to also talk about the partner program?
Okay. Also, guys, we'll have for you guys that we know that a lot of you guys are outside of trading. You guys are marketers, and so we also have a partner program where we're paying out 33% commissions. And so once we go to the $149.99 price, the partner program will be activated. And so basically that comes out to about $50 per month. So it's not just a one-time commission. It's every month, whoever you refer, every month that they pay, you guys will receive $49.99 per month for those people. So when you sign up for the Killer Trading, your affiliate account will automatically be created when you sign up on the site.
Same. The username and password will be the same.
Will it?
Okay, guys, we have another question from Jay Riches. Will other pay options besides PayPal be available soon, like Google Wallet?
The only other pay option that we will have coming soon is just possibly a credit card option.
Okay, cool.
Like just a direct credit card option, but outside of that, we don't have any integration at this point with Google Wallet or anything. So we'll have PayPal and then like a direct credit card option.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let me see. I see another question. I can't get, for some reason, I can't get to it. I only can see part of it.
Okay, I see two. The one from Jim with $9.99 a month. I think you answered that. And then I see the one from Jay, which is regarding Google Wallet. Dale just answered. I don't see. Okay, yes. Now I see one from Stacy. She's asking, is this a monthly fee?
Yes, Stacy.
Yes, it's a monthly fee. Let me go through. So also, I had to step away from the computer for a moment, but I just wanted to, because I know there's a lot of guys that have that also trade forex as well, and you guys might have spoke about this, but for the dashboard, what's unique about the dashboard, even though it's primarily geared toward binary options, a trade opportunity is a trade opportunity, whether it's forex or if it's binary. And so for the forex traders, you guys can still use the dashboard to identify good trade opportunities. The only difference is you guys will have to manually set your stop loss and your forex, but it still is going to identify a good trade opportunity for you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh.
No, that's spot on. That's spot on. I mean, that's really well said, actually. So trade opportunity is a trade opportunity, and especially for the the hourly signals, the hourly advanced indicators, which will become clear to you as you watch these webinars on the dashboard. You'll know exactly which setups are also good for FX. Absolutely.
So.
Looking for any other questions. I don't see any other questions. If you have a question, please post it.
Is there any more questions, guys? No? Going once? Going twice? If you guys have any other questions, you guys know how to find me and Dale on Facebook or in the Facebook group. So if there's anything,
I think we have another question.
we have two questions. They said, do the indicators work for Forex as well?
Yeah, some of the indicators are very short term, so they're mainly for binary, but indicators like breakout, like channel surfer, like the waterfall, they can be used for FX as well. Again, just use demo money and it'll make sense. You'll see which ones are working well for FX as well.
Okay, and the next question says, so the advanced signals, do the advanced signals give a expiry?
The advanced signals do not give an expiry price, so they don't give target prices. They don't predict where the price is probably going to head to, but they can predict the direction. Roughly 65% of the time, that's the ITM. But they don't give an exact target price.
Right, and so Dale, your next question, so the advanced hourly signals gives us an expiry. So for the hourly signals, the best way to trade those hourly signals, it really depends on what time the signal fires off. If you, like, say for instance, if you get it at like 8:20, you still have 40 minutes or so to be in that trade. So you would take it at the end of hour. And if you're like right now it's 8:42 here Central Time. If at this time, I would take it for 30 minutes into the next hour to be safe. Saran is asking, what broker do we recommend? Oh, I don't know if this was mentioned, but one thing, guys, just to to show our commitment and how we stand behind the service that we're providing you guys. We mentioned this before. We don't have any relationships with brokers anymore, and the reason why is because you see a lot of these services out here that, oh, you can get a month free if you sign up with this broker, or this is that and the other. Well, the fact of the matter is the broker, they make money when you guys lose, and so ethically we couldn't provide signals and this kind of service to you guys and then be accepting broker commissions. It's a fact that you're gonna lose. People are gonna lose. They're gonna there's no 100% guaranteed trading strategy, so you're gonna lose. But just the business that we're in now, we didn't feel that it would be right or ethical to to have a relationship with a broker where we're making money off of you guys losing. So we don't have a specific relationship with a broker. What I'll do for you guys, though, I'll go and do some research and ask around in the market to find the most reputable brokers, and we can recommend them to you and give you their link straight to their website. But we don't have any specific relationships with brokers. The last question, Jay Rich, is so the platform isn't based upon education, is more geared toward actual trading, right? So what we have the educational stuff. We're not going to be doing necessarily like as often as previously. We're not going to be doing the 3 days a week webinars and that kind of stuff. And the reason why we kind of shied away from that is because people just weren't showing up. Like they weren't showing up to the webinars, and so we will have a weekly webinar, as Josh mentioned before. That that information will show up in the back office of the website, or in the dashboard as well. We do have some training. We have, what is it, Dale? We have two courses that are about 4 days long.
Yeah, about 4 days.
That we're working on getting into the dashboard. But outside of the dashboard right now, anybody that joins, just hit us up and we'll make sure that you guys get the videos. So, and these courses are, worth what was it, Dale? $5,500.
Yeah, well over $5,500.
So it's a $5,500 course that's 4 days long, and it's really where we kind of where we learned how to trade. So if any of you guys that have been around for at least the last year or so, you know that originally a lot of people were trading based on a indicator that a specific individual made, where they were trading. If you see 5 pips, if you see 5 candlesticks go up or down in any direction, take the trade for at least 5 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it was. And that's how everybody was trading on Facebook and our arena. And then when me and Dale brought our first original system, we completely changed the way that people trade. So that course that we were offering back then, we're going to give it to you guys for free. Annette, we'll share the brokers in the Facebook group for you guys. But like I said, I want to make sure that you guys have the best ones that's going to give you. I have a broker right now, but I'm not too confident in them, and so I'm doing some research on some new brokers. And once we get that information, I'll be sure to share it with you in the group. But yeah, I had seen somebody ask before. There will be some educational stuff, as I just mentioned, to get you a good understanding of how the market works and everything of that nature. We just don't have it in the dashboard yet, but like I said, in the meantime, we can get that to you guys. But yeah, I mean the dashboard is pretty easy to to get a hang of, and just practice with demo money. Don't ever practice with your real money. Always practice on demo. So do you guys have any more questions? Because as soon as we're about to end it, questions start pouring in. Yes, no, maybe so. Going once, going twice. Dale, did you mention that there's 2 emails that'll come?
No, I forgot all about that.
Okay, guys, yeah, there's when you guys sign up, you'll get 2 separate emails. One will be for your account to to manage your billing and all of that stuff, and then the other email will be from a login with a password that's automatically generated to the dashboard. So you'll receive two separate emails from us. The second one that you guys receive will be the login with the login, the URL, and the password and everything from to the dashboard.
You guys got another question from Joe? I have trouble paying with PayPal. Who can I contact?
Joe,
sorry, go ahead.
Joe, you can contact me on like, are you saying for help with PayPal or?
Seeing PayPal gives me an error message.
Okay, Joe, I just put my my Facebook profile. Just contact me on Facebook, and we'll see what we can do. All right, guys. So if you have no further questions, also, guys, if we do have a support desk. So if you have any trouble, just submit an email to support@killertrading.com. All right. So I guess there's no more questions. Again, we thank you guys for giving us your time this morning. And we'll see you in the dashboard and in the Facebook group. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, everybody.